Okay, let's talk about substitution. If we're going to substitute, what we need to always remember is to always use parentheses. Okay, that is super important. Okay, if we don't use parentheses when we substitute, we can get ourselves into bad situations. This is what I'm speaking of. And I have seen this, when kids turn in papers. Say on this first problem, if you don't use parentheses, it ends up looking like this. 4 times 3, and then the b value is minus 5, and then the c value is negative 2, and the d value is 4. Well, I have seen kids come in and think that that is 43 minus 5 minus 2 minus 24. Because as soon as your eyes swap off of it and you kind of forget what you were setting up, you get lost in your own problem. By using parentheses around each variable that you substitute for, you keep the problem correct. You keep it intact. So this means all of these factors are multiplied together. All of these factors are multiplied together. So by using parentheses, I keep that same meaning. So I know that I have 4 times 3 times negative 5. So that would be 12 times negative 5. I can come over here and do these first two. Negative 2 times negative 2 gives me a positive 4 times 4. So that would be a negative 60 plus 16. So that would give me a negative 44. Okay, but we definitely need to make sure that we keep parentheses. So let's go try it again. Okay, wherever, and this is the way I would advise it, wherever your variables are, start with parentheses. If you already have parentheses in your problem, change them to brackets. That way you don't get lost in your grouping symbols. So now I can go back in, and everywhere that I had parentheses, I can actually go in and put the values. So C was negative 2, A was 3, and B was negative 5. So that lets me see what I was doing. By order of operations, I have to do my powers first. So I need to bring this 4 down. Negative 2 times negative 2 is 4. I'm going to bring down this 10 because I need to do what's in the grouping symbols first. And so that's going to be, let's rewrite that, 3 plus 5. And then I can go ahead and do this. 4 times 4 is 16. Bring down my 10. 3 plus 5 is 8. So I've got 16 minus 80. And I should have added another line under here, but let's squish it in. We have a negative, what is that, 64? So you want to take it one step at a time until you get to the end using your order of operations. So once again, every time there is a variable, we want to use parentheses. And then you want to go back in and put your value. A is 3, C is negative 2. Once you substitute your values in, you want to use your order of operations. So we have, you remember PEMDAS. I prefer GEMDAS for grouping symbols, but parentheses and exponents is your first level. Multiply and divide from left to right is the second level. And then add and subtract from left to right is the third level. So we don't have grouping symbols of powers, so we're going to start with multiplying. 3 times 3 is 9. Over here we're going to multiply these two. Negative 5 times negative 2 is a positive 10, so you link it with that sign. So we have 19 here. And the last one, we're going to start with parentheses. Notice that I'm putting the power on the outside. Okay, that's very important. So anytime you have something raised to a power like that, you want to keep the power on the outside. A is 3, B is negative 5, and C is negative 2. So when I square that, that's 3 times 3 is 9. Over here, negative 5 times negative 5 is a positive 25. Now I'll bring down this negative. This negative has to be squared first. So I can't take these two signs and make a positive. I have to bring this one down and square this one. Negative 2 times negative 2 is a positive 4. But when I write it down, it's going to look like minus 4 because I'm bringing down that negative. So it's very important that you keep your signs straight. So 9 and 25 give me 34. Minus 4 is 30. So that's the basics of substituting. Hope that helps. Practice and let me know what you need.